Hi, welcome back to Carmel's Kitchen. This is session 2, so we're going to look at the lining of the tin. So don't worry about your fruit, you have that done, that's prepared and ready to go. So the next job to do is to line your tin. So if you're going to line a square tin or a round tin, so we're going to want an 8-inch square tin for this size cake mixture, and this one happens to have a loose bottom in it. It needn't be like that. So we have an 8-inch square or we have an 8-inch round tin. So for the square tin, if you go and you can get some baking parchment or baking paper, and you can get the baking paper that you don't have to grease, which is really good. So it's brown in colour because it's not bleached, but that's not a big necessity. So we're going to take off our rolls. So we're going to have grease through paper that is the same, just a little bit bigger than your tin. So I guess you could say that it's probably cut at 9 inches. Then if you put that on top of your tin, and if you get your scissors, and if you cut in the side of the paper, opposite on the other side, and then again, so that it's going to fit in and sit down in the tin. This acts as a protection for the cake that you have baking in the oven. So down that goes. And in it is, so it fits into the tin just like that. If you have a little bit of difficulty, you can always get the scissors and give it a little click. And then we have the same again to do in the opposite direction, and that we have it's doubled, and this is so that it will protect your cake while it's baking in the oven, because the Christmas cake, we bake it at a low temperature for quite a number of hours. And in that goes down there. And there's your square cake tin lined and ready to go. Fit it in and make sure that the corner pieces aren't sticking up, because if you are, they're going to stick up in your mixture and get cut in, they'll get stuck in your cake mixture. So there's my square tin lined. So that's an 8-inch square tin. So the amount of fruit that we have steeped previously, that will give you a rather high cake. And this then is a 9-inch square cake tin. So our cake out of this one would be slightly less higher, but it'll be still good. So don't be arguing with yourself over your inch. And the same way with the tins. So this tin is an 8-inch, and this one is an 8.5, a 7.5 inch. So for the round one, if you unroll your paper and if you fold it in so that you have a piece of your paper cut off, then if you take your tin and stand it on the sheet of paper, you get a pencil, and around the circumference of the tin, don't use a felt pen, pencil is best. And here we are, the circle of our tin, and just cut around your pencil lining. Okay, so we do this twice, so that we have going to have 4 layers of paper on the bottom of our tin. Just like in the square ones, we've got 4 layers because remember we did the doubles twice. And then that will go into your tin. And as you can see now, we have 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4 in there. And we're going to take out one layer. And now we have to do around the sides. So then you take your pastry paper, measure it so that it goes around the circumference, the outside of your tin. And then just cut it. Okay. Take your sheet of paper and you're going to just put that in there for a minute. You're going to fold that into again. And then you're going to fold up and lay down an end on it, about an inch. So about just a little less, a little more than your first knuckle of your thumb. So take your paper and cut into that diagonally. And come a fair way up on your piece of paper. Don't just cut the very bare edges of it. It's so that when we put it in the tin, it will go around and make it very easy for when our cake is cooled for lifting it out. This paper now is also going to stay on your cake when it's cooked, and it will act as a protector and a way of keeping the moisture in your cake until you're ready to almond paste and ice it. Now you can always make the Christmas cake and you don't have to put any almond paste or icing on it at all. So put that into your tin. And it'll cross over a little bit. So the part that's turned up in here, if you just put that down on the bottom. And push it out, and then take your other piece of grease paper, and if there's little pieces sticking up, if you just take your scissors and just nip into them. Put your piece of paper in there. And you'll end up with a tin like this, and put on your paper. And there will be ready for when the cake mixture is ready to put in there on top. Then when we come to putting it in the oven, we're going to have tin foil. So then you're going to have the tin foil that will go around the outside of your tin, and then we're going to have some twine to tie that to keep it in position. So you want a roll of baking paper, a roll of tin foil, a roll of tin foil, and you want some twine. Okay, so good luck with that and see you next time. Bye. Thank you.